Stocktake. Okay, now to do Stocktake, you need to be signed in as the administrator. Once you're signed in as an administrator, to check if you can do Stocktake, click on the menu and you should have Stocktake there. Okay, now before we do Stocktake, let me just assure you there is absolutely nothing you can do to stuff up the Stocktake. Nothing. Stocktake in Smart Suite, Smart Stocktake does not delete any data on the system. Okay, so let me explain to you what it does. Let's have a look at this catalog record and let's click on the edit button to bring up the bibliographic record for this particular catalog record to explain what the Stocktake does. When you count the Stocktake, okay, what we do is we make a record of what was counted, what wasn't counted, but when you end up finalizing the Stocktake, this is what happens. If you go to the copies area, and these are all the copies in the system, okay, for this record. If you do not count this barcode, okay, and you then say, you know what, I'm going to update the Stocktake, not close it, I'm going to update the Stocktake. All that happens, this particular barcode, the status is available, it will get changed to whatever status you give it here, lost in 2020 or lost in 2018 or a custom 3 or a custom 4 or whatever. Okay, that's all the Stocktake does. It just changes the copy status of an item to whatever new status you want to give it. So before you do a Stocktake, you can play around with these statuses, and what you should do is grab one of these custom statuses and change the status. How do you do that? So you go to menu, you go to configuration and the authority file editor, because remember these statuses are in a list. Every time you get a list, that means it belongs in configuration authority file editor, and we're looking at copy status. So when the authority file editor comes up, it comes up in alphabetic sequence, okay, and you go to copy status. Copy status, you can't change some of these copy statuses, but what you can change is the ones that say custom 4, custom 3, custom 2, custom 1. Okay, they're in here. All right. So I can say, I've looked like I've used lost in 2018, but I've deleted anything that was lost in 2018. So I now want to rename this one. So what you can do is you can click on the pencil and not lost in 2018, fiction loss 2020, and then you just go save. Okay, and when you go back here, fiction loss 2020, and that's all there is to it. However, very important, so when someone does, so when you finish the Stocktake and you've changed the statuses of all the items that are missing to fiction loss in 2020, this button here is very important. What this is saying is, if I'm running the OPAC and if a book comes up with lost in 2020, how do you want it to report in OPAC? In other words, report it as available? No way. So now what will happen is it'll say not available. Okay, it'll report it as not available. Okay, that's what that is. Retain status is very important also. So in other words, let's say I've got a book and I didn't count it and I've changed all the statuses to fiction lost 2020. So then the book gets checked out or gets checked back in circulation because it gets found. If you had retained the status, when it gets checked back in, the status will go fiction lost 2020. And of course we don't want that. We want it to be shown now available. So you need to set that off as well. Okay, and then you'll go save, and that's how the copy statuses work. So now now that we know how to set the copy status, remember you can set copy status custom 14, custom 3, okay, and if there's any of these fiction losses into someone's taken a custom 1 and a custom 2 and changed it to fiction lost 2020 or lost in 2020. That's what somebody has done. Okay, so you have up to 5 custom statuses. If you've never played around with the authority files, custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, custom 4, custom 5, and you change it to whatever name you want, And remember, okay, if you change it to anything, report it as available in Stocktake. No, we don't. We want people when they do a search. So when you come in here and you're doing a search of the item, okay, so let me just go back out of here. You're doing a search of that item. What it's going to do is, okay, instead of saying 2 of 2 available, and then when someone clicks on it, it says, lost in Stocktake. Now you want to say 0 of 2, and when it comes here, it'll tell you because it was lost in the Stocktake. Okay, that's what is very important. How do I do Stocktake? Simple. My recommendation is do a small Stocktake to start with. Okay, and we're going to do a Stocktake of all the fiction items, and if your fiction items, the call numbers start with F for fiction, I'm going to show you how to select just a group or non-fiction items, so all the 500 series. So you click on menu, go down to Stocktake, and what it'll show you here is all the Stocktakes that have ever been done from day one. And of course, if you're new to the library and you're looking at all of this and you go, I don't want any of this, so I'll just go delete, yes, delete, yes. Okay, so really you should not have any Stocktake items in here that's more than a year old. Okay, if they're more than a year old, do what I'm doing, just go delete, because really we don't want all this rubbish from 5 years ago hanging around. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to delete everything and we're going to start from scratch. And now we're going to do a new Stocktake, and we're going to do the Stocktake of the 500 series call number. So I'll just go new, give it a Stocktake, Mike's 500 call number. Start the date, you must put in a date, so just choose starting from today and just go Stocktake filter. Now, when you go into here, it says, tell me what you're going to do. So the first thing you should think about is the copy status. That's the first one. I want to Stocktake everything that has a status of available. Now the reason for that is because if it was lost, it was lost. If it's in repair, it's in repair. We know where it is. If it's on loan, we know where it is. So we're just going to say anything that has a status of available. Let's close that. That's what I'm going to Stocktake. Okay. I could have gone and said, and I want everything of a status of book. And I want everything on status of equipment. So you can choose all of those. But if you don't want to, that's fine. So I'm going to just do that. And remember I said we're going to do a call number range 500. So starting from 500 to 5999. Okay, so anything in that range. Okay, now if I was doing a fiction Stocktake and I'm going to only do the A's fiction. So it'll be, remember your call number is F for fiction and then A. And then I will go from F for fiction, A, Z, Z, Z. That means anything from A to Z, not B's. Okay. And if you then said, that's it, so I'll go save that grouping. Okay, this is the fiction. And it'll say, tell me who's going to do the count. We're not interested in that. 99% of people are not interested in that. Okay. Now, in that group, there's only one book. Okay. And if you go, no, that's not it. I want to do the fiction the non-fiction Stocktake. Okay, and I'm going to do the 500 series. So here we go. I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to go new Stocktake and 500 call numbers. Okay, and the start date is the 16th. Filter the Stocktake. I'm looking at the status of available. That's all I'm looking at. Close that. And remember 500 to 5999. Okay, and then I'll go save. We're not going to worry about that, and I'll go close. Now it's saying in the 500 series you have 771 books, and there they all are. Okay, now all you need to do to count the books, that's the barcode you click on. Click here, and it will allow you to now count the books, and you enter the barcodes here. Okay, so if I enter the barcode that doesn't exist in the 500 series, you get that red beep. Okay, now you can say, yes, but this belongs in the 500 series. So you can just click on the title. You don't have to wait till the end of the stock take. Okay, and then call up that record, go into the copy area, and then the call number is here. We go, no, oops, sorry. We'll go, that's not the call number. The call number is 500. And you'll go save. Okay, and then you'll just exit out of here, and it'll now be blue because that's okay. Okay, that one's red because it's not okay. So the beauty about the stock take, when you get that funny beep and it's telling you it doesn't belong in here, all you need to do is just go ahead and click on the title and fix up the record. That's all there is. Okay, now let's go back into the stock take. So I'm going to exit out of here because I'm not going to enter another barcode, or you can if you want to. So that's a second barcode. Okay, and it's now giving you a different beep to this. Remember that one? Remember this one? Okay, that means it's there, and anything that doesn't belong in the stock take will be red. Anything that you zap in, that's correct, it's there. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I'll go in and change the cat on the mat. So the cat on the mat is here. It's telling me it doesn't belong in the stock take. I know it does, so I'm just going to go in the copy area, and I'm going to go, that's 500. I'm going to zap in this one, 500. I'm going to fix this catalog record up, 500. I'm going to fix this catalog record up, 500. Okay, and I can go save. And of course, if I say, no, this is an old book I don't want, I can even delete it. Okay, that's all there is to it. So there it is. It's all fixed up. Okay, now I come back tomorrow because I've logged out of the system, and I'm going back into my stock take again. When I go back into my stock take again, okay, that's the stock take. There it is. Now what it's telling me is that I've counted one. Remember, I only changed one. I didn't save that other one that I did. I've counted one, and I start over 775. I'm now missing 774. If any circulation happened on any of these items with a call number of 500 series, it'll automatically get counted. If I catalog new records and added 500 series as a call number, it'll automatically get counted, and it'll show you here. So that pie chart will show you everything. Now, when you're looking at the stock take, you can say, can I examine that? You guess, yeah. Filter all? No. Filter all counted items. That's the one, okay? And then you just go refresh, and it'll show you the one that you counted. Or I can go show me all to be counted. And then I go refresh. These are all items that I need to find. So you're given a list in alphabetic sequence, okay, of what needs to be found and counted, okay? And bearing in mind, you can go, I want to go to page 50. So you can go and refresh that, and, oh, sorry, not 50, 15. So you can refresh that, and it'll take you to page 15 or page 10 or page 5. So it's 15 or 16 items. And you can go to the next one, okay, and it'll bring up the next record up in there. All right, and then just go refresh that. That's page 16. And that's all there is to counting items in Stocktake. Remember, you click on the barcode, and you go in here, zap in the barcode, and it'll show here. So here we go, another barcode. Oh, it doesn't belong in the Stocktake. Click on that, okay, and let's fix this particular record. So we go into the copies area again, and we say that the call number is actually 500, okay, and then just go save. All right, exit out of there, and if I go back, so let me just go back into the system, back into Stocktake, back into my Stocktake, okay, call up that, and it'll bring up your Stocktake information here, and refresh that and fix the record, and get them out of the system or get them into the system. Now, what needs to happen with the Stocktake system, and that is, I want to run some reports. You can run reports anytime. That's the report menu. Just click in here. Okay, and remember, you can filter to be counted, whatever. Okay, so if I said, let's say to be counted, these are all of the to be counted. Now let's pretend that instead of having all these records, say I've only got about 12 books left that to be counted, or 26 books, or 100 books left to be counted, and I can't be bothered with them. So what you can do is you can say, I'm going to mark this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I know about these others, so I'm not going to worry about them. And I now want to flag these as lost. Okay, and I'll say the copy status for these items, I'm going to drop that, and I'll say lost in 2020. Okay, and then I can click that button, and now all these items that are ticked will now have a new copy status of lost in 2020. And that's all you do for Stocktake. Okay, and you can come and run these reports as often and whenever, as long as you've got that Stocktake there. You do not have to close the Stocktake off. Okay, all the closing of the Stocktake will do is stop you from doing any data entry and any changes. But you can come back to this anytime. That's why I had all those other deletes, because I've been doing Stocktake for the last 6 months. I'm doing a fiction Stocktake, a non-fiction Stocktake, a 500 series Stocktake, A to M Stocktake, doing all those Stocktake of just media, of kit. So you can do any kind of Stocktake. You can call them up and you can run these reports and view them as often as you want. Okay, and that's all there is to a Stocktake. Very simple. Okay, now the last thing before we go, I'd recommend that you come here and you go to YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, okay, why not do a search of Smart Suite? Smart Suite. Okay, and then that's all the material that we have on Smart Suite. Everything from Stocktake to circulation to whatever. So you can come in here and you can go ahead and search for Stocktake. Okay, and there's all the Stocktakes videos on every aspect of Stocktake in the system from Smart Suite. So if you missed out the start, or you missed out the middle, or you're not sure, you want to go back, why not go back and just have a look at a Stocktake training from here. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to do this Stocktake training. Have a Merry Christmas and be safe, and God bless.